We know why we're here today. And we're here today because of what started out as comments on Facebook by Representative John Bennett that was later backed and you could say endorsed by the Oklahoma Republican Party, have gotten to the point where they have crossed the line of inflammatory comments to almost inciting violence, or no, we will say inciting violence against Muslims in the state of Oklahoma. Representative John Bennett states that Islam is a violent religion. He states that Islam is here to spread violence, but the only one spreading hatred and inciting people to violence is Representative John Bennett himself, and by endorsing him and supporting him, the Oklahoma Republican Party. According to media reports, here's just a tidbit of what Representative Bennett told an audience of almost 100 people in Sallisaw on Monday night. He said that more than 90% of the Holy Quran, the scripture of the Muslim faith, is about violence and the violence necessary to overtake non-believers. He said the goal of Muslims is the destruction of Western civilization from within. He stated that Muslims have worked their way into the government at every level, that their teachings give them permission to lie to unbelievers to gain their trust, that Muslims are a cancer and must be cut out of American society. And he stated that I, meaning Representative Bennett, is not going to back down and allow Islam to take over our nation. First of all, these are not true. But secondly, this is the type of hate rhetoric we've heard before in many eras and in many parts of the world where minorities have been targeted by violence. In Oklahoma, we know about hate crimes. We know about violence towards our Islamic centers. When a mosque in the heart of Oklahoma City has been vandalized twice with hate messages and violent imagery. We know about hate crimes when earlier this year, a Tulsa woman who was a Christian Arab but perceived to be Muslim was violently attacked. Her car was attacked, her tires slashed, she was physically attacked and verbally abused. We know about hate crimes as a community in the United States when this past week, in 2 weeks, 2 people, an individual and a family in the state of New York, Muslim Americans, were attacked physically. And last but not least, in his incitement towards violence, last night Representative Bennett said, if they are Muslim Americans and subscribe to Islam, they are just as bad as ISIS. What right does Representative Bennett have to talk about our religion? What right does Representative Bennett have to speak about what Islam stands for? I say today, what education, what experience, what credentials does he have to tell me or to tell anyone else in Oklahoma what my faith stands for? We are concerned, following these comments, as I said earlier, that incite to violence. We are concerned that Muslims in Oklahoma could be potential victims of hate crimes, bullying, and other sorts of violence following the irresponsibility of Representative John Bennett. Our Islamic institutions are on alert, and our community leaders are on alert, one of which you will hear from shortly. If the Republican Party, who we are standing in front of their headquarters today, if they do nothing, and if they choose to stay silent or continue to endorse Representative John Bennett, then they will also bear the burden of any harm that comes to any Muslim in the state of Oklahoma.